What's up, baby?
Hi, honey.
We're back. I love when you do that.
I get so happy to see you.
Yeah?
You look so good.
I love this. You look rich.
Too. I feel
You
rich.
like you got money, girl.
Well, listen, you got me covered.
Well, you know what? God got us covered.
That's the truth.
We appreciate you. We appreciate y'all too, man.
Yeah.
Another edition of Between Us podcast with Mike Hill and Paige Turner, the great Paige Turner. It's been fun so far, right?
It has. The great Mike Hill. I mean, I wouldn't do this with anybody else. Huh?
No, this has been an enjoyable ride. We appreciate everybody that's been reaching out. Has been giving us tremendous feedback with the first couple of episodes that have been out there. It's just been amazing, and it's been better than I actually thought it was going to be.
Well, the true blessing is that, yes, all of our friends or family are like, it's great,
Yeah.
if they've watched it.
Mm.
But
Mm.
what's the bigger blessing is when people you don't know
Right.
DM you or you see the comments like, I was thinking this way, but now I'm thinking that way. There's still hope for love for me.
Right.
Y'all can find love. I know I can find love.
No, right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
but not even in a shady way.
Right.
Like, thank you for I needed this or I needed that. You know, even if it isn't relationship motivated. It's like, that's where the blessing comes from. And that's why we started this. We don't just want to sit up here and talk about ourselves all the time.
Right.
It's like, okay, and if we do, we have to make sure that we're pouring back and imparting back into people.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of feedback, man. We promise we're going to read your DMs, your letters. We got segments that will be coming up, man. A lot of great things happening on the podcast. And we really appreciate everybody. But this podcast is about appreciation today because Mother's Day just passed. And it was very emotional for a lot of people, obviously, man. And talking about appreciation, we can't appreciate moms even more out there. I'm talking about anybody, even if you don't have any children. We're talking about an auntie, a cousin. If you've been a role model, female role model to anybody that's out there like a mom, we want to acknowledge and appreciate you because there is no strength like a mother's strength. It really isn't.
Well, no, I mean, we're the only entity, the female, the woman that can push out a human. Crazy.
You better say it.
What?
You better say
That's
it.
that whoa, man. Whoa, man.
That labor. But it's worth it. It's worth it, man, because you see the product that you put out there.
Yeah.
And, you know, like it's been an emotional time for a lot of people out there. And one of the things I appreciate about this Mother's Day is that I see so many people, including yourself, they talking about how lucky I am to still have my mom present in my life. And just to share something with you guys, my mom and I have always been like, kind of like more like brother and sister in a sense, kind of coming up or whatever. And I've always appreciated my mom. My mom's always, I felt like my biggest fan, so to speak, biggest supporter, I should say, when it comes to my career.
Yeah.
My mom's also my biggest critic.
Yeah.
And
she's from New York.
She's hard on me, but I would not be the man that I am today. And I say the man or the person that I am today if it wasn't for her strength, if it wasn't for her encouragement, if it wasn't for her and my grandmother, her mom, her belief in me, their belief in me to be able to overcome any obstacles or any detriments that might be in front of me.
Right.
Growing up, I didn't see a lot of things. I didn't see a lot of hope. I didn't see a lot of, successful people in the places I grew up in. I didn't have male role models to look up to. So I only had those women to kind of look up to. And they taught me how to be both a man and a good person.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that was really important to me. So I actually I told you this a couple of days ago because I've been hearing so many people, because Mother's Day was coming up, was talking about how much they miss their moms and how lucky I am to have my mom. I called her and I had a conversation with her and I told her how much I appreciated her. And I may not show it all the time. I may be hard, like we go back and forth, we butt heads a lot. But, you know, she has been the person in my life, like I said, that has meant the most to me when it's come to me growing and in my career and in my personal life. So I just had to show her that love.
Well, she tells you the truth too.
She does. I mean, and
I can only imagine you growing up. She wasn't. I from who I know today, for the very short amount of time that I've completely fallen in love with your mother, I can't imagine how raw she was back in the day.
Oh, she was very raw. I say it on stage.
Listen,
there are certain words that you couldn't even get away with today that my mom used to say to me back then.
She's a truth teller, even in the most challenging ways I can imagine back then.
Yeah.
You know, I think as we get older, we may get softer, you know, because I was, you know, encouraged like, oh, well, you going to meet Linda Eaton? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's soft. She's a pillowcase.
She's soft there. See, the thing about,
To me.
my mom is like just that typical grandmother. Like,
Mhm.
this is not the woman that I was raised with. This is like, you'll see
Right.
her, how she treat my daughters sometimes. And
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
kind of hard on my daughters every now and then,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Because she has a mouth and she can't help but tell the truth.
Yeah.
She will say things that you don't even ask her about. She's going to give you her opinion.
Right.
A lot like me. I guess that's where I get it from. I'm very opinionated. I just can't help it. Yeah. So, but yeah, you think she's soft now? I mean, she's
Well, no, she's strong
yeah.
in her opinions, but she's my sweetie pie.
Yeah, she is your sweetie because, and I look at my friends, I look at the family members, I look at everybody, how much they love her. I even told her that. I'm like, I look at how people revere you, how people respect you, and how they say, Miss Eden, she's fine. And I'm like, oh, my mom's she's getting on my nerves, getting on your nerves. But she's not getting on their nerves.
Right.
They just love and respect her. And I'm like, her? But she'll say the same thing about me. Him? And what does she always ask you? You love my son? You really love my son? Like,
why?
Why?
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You like him though? I'm like, yes. What you like about him?
Yeah. But it's important to have a mom like that in your life, right?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
No, and I remember, if I can share that call, this is last year sometime, and she was just on speaker. We were just talking to her, just shooting the breeze, and just out the blue, she was like, look, I don't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to raise you, son. No one gave me a book. Like, I didn't have a tutorial. And we don't get tutorials, youngins. We don't, always know the right things to do all the time. And she said that.
Right.
And that was a very vulnerable moment for you because you had never heard her say, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry if I messed it up.
I got emotional because, that was the first time that she's ever admitted in my 55 years that she didn't know everything. And I know that. I know people make mistakes. I told you how I was as a father. People look at me and give me a lot of credit for being such a great dad. Oh, I love your relationship. I had to learn how to be a dad because I didn't get a tutorial. I wasn't raised around good. I shouldn't say that. I wasn't raised around fatherly figures.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wasn't around guys who taught me how to be a good dad. Right. Provider, yes. Good dad, no.
Right.
My mom, same thing. My mom always been a provider, always been a great mom in a sense. I just couldn't appreciate it until I got older. And still, in a lot of ways, until recently, I really still couldn't appreciate it because I guess when you're in it, that's just how you feel because your emotions are involved in it. But I know everything that she's ever done for me in my life has been to make me better.
Right.
And I think this is what's important. It's like if you're a kid out there and you're looking at your mom and your mom is still alive and your mom is still with us, I think we need to show a little bit more appreciation because I say it all the time, Paige. And I think you're strong. I think there are a lot of strong females that I know in my life. There is no stronger woman I've ever met in my life than my mom.
Yeah.
The things that she's had to overcome.
Death. Yeah.
I say that. When I look back, when I think back, and I look back and I'm like, it's still there because I never really get it out.
Yeah.
And, but the things that she has had to go through, the abuse that she's had to go through with men that was supposed to be there to love her and protect her and care for her and encourage her and lift her up. A lot of times they stripped her down until she finally found the man, the love of her life,
Jerry,
who passed away. 13 years ago, and she still deals with that.
Yeah.
To actually be left for dead by one of them, you know what I mean? And then me growing up and seeing a lot of that, it was tough. But she kept pushing. The sacrifices that she made for me when we was down south, and she could have left. We could have gone back to New York, but she wanted me to finish school, and because of that, and being in that environment, of even just having a man in the house, even though it was a man that was abusing her, he was still a protector of us and me and provided certain things or whatever, and he provided me a better education down in Alabama. It allowed me to grow into the role that I was meant to grow into.
Yeah.
And for that, I told her, I thank her because, like I said, she went through a lot of shit, man. And I wish, I'm just even thinking about it now, I wish I would have done a better job. And since I still have that opportunity, I want to make sure I do a better job of showing her how much I appreciate her.
Yeah.
And my message to people out there, that if your mom is still alive, no matter how hard she was on you, no matter how much shit she gives you, she loves you, she cares about you, and she wants to push you, and she wants you to make you a better person, especially a better man. And the fact that I can even cry and not feel like I'm, being overly emotional is because she's allowed me to be this man. I'm straight up man. I don't mind sharing my emotions with her because I love her that much. Please show that love for your mom that's out there, because even your situation that you went through last year, and seeing how much you still miss your mom, and it hasn't been a year yet, and being there for you or whatever, and seeing other people that are in my lives. My friend Chuck lost his mom, not too long ago. My good friend DC just lost his mom, and I'm seeing everybody losing their moms or whatever. And my mom is still here, and my mom has been like a mother to them as well. Man, how can I not show more appreciation? So please, if your mom is still alive, if your parents are still alive, man, we're supposed to respect and revere our mothers and our fathers, man. And no matter what they've done in your lives, whatever mistakes you feel like they've made, please get that relationship back and show that love and respect that you need to have. Because
you know what I learned from therapy? They made the mistakes, not you.
Yeah.
So why are you carrying something they made?
Yeah.
Even if it affected you, because we have choices, and the Bible says to honor your mother and father. We have choices, but they did that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I can't love her through that, because we don't know.
Right.
I mean, honestly, mothers have the hardest job. I'm not saying fathers don't, but mothers carry everything, including the child in our belly. We carry it all. We carry all the weight. My mother, who had 4 children, gave her third one, not her first, not her second, not me the fourth, but her third one up for adoption. She never dropped that weight. She could never shake the guilt of giving up her third baby, who found her 40 years later.
Right.
Before the internet happened. That's another show. But we always carry weight. So I find grace in that. My mother was perfect for me. She was a great mom to me, but she was challenging. She drove me nuts.
Yeah.
Like nuts. I had a white mom as a very black woman, when I finally found my blackness, that didn't know what to do with me. And I didn't have anybody to look to that looked like me.
Right.
But she did the best she could. When I got called the N-word the first time, she was like, honey, I can sympathize with you, but I don't know how that feels. So all I can do is sit here and hold you.
Right.
I know she was angry, of course, want to go fight the person, but she's like, I don't know. So she was I had black dolls, I had all that, but all women, all we can do is do our best.
Right. Well, I mean, and you guys do a great job. You really do. And I just once again, show my appreciation, because I look at women, especially black women, the strongest individuals on the face of the earth, really, the backbones of society in a sense.
My mama.
And your mama. And your mom. And your mom. And I'm happy I got a chance to meet your mom before she passed away.
I know. That made her, she was so happy. It's like you guys had known each other for years.
Yeah, I felt like I knew her for years. Yeah. And she just she was, on the bed. If I don't, you don't mind me sharing a story, she was sick. She was.
Listen, Mike may be doing most of the talking this episode, because if you don't know, my mother passed June of 2025, and I'm on a roller coaster, the grief roller coaster. So, it's been a very hard weekend for me, but, I've had some mostly highs, but they've all really been fake. I've been dealing with a lot of lows. So Mike doesn't have to touch up his makeup. I do.
But what's crazy is I'm the one that's crying over here.
And I'm letting you cry.
I'm
that's
the
why
one that's
I'm holding space for you in your tears so I don't catch it.
But I also feel like I think that's part of it, man, is because I feel like because of what you've gone, I think I felt your emotions.
You do.
And
you're carrying a lot of that weight.
I'm carrying your emotions, and I'm holding
you hold space
holding
for
you
me.
up, and like, okay, well, hey, she's still here, even though she's not here, with us. She's still here in spirit. She's.
But you know what? When you're in grief, she's not.
Yep.
She ain't here. Ain't no spirit. I don't feel nothing. I don't see nothing. My mama dead.
Yeah, and that's how you deal with it. You'll
do.
say that when people bring it up. You're like, my mama did, and I know it's part of it is a joke, because you want to
move
overcome
past the emotion
with laughter, like a lot of times we do in that moment, and it's tough, man. But your mom instilled so much inside of you.
She did.
She gave you so much. And when we pray at night, I'll say, you know, like, thank God that your mom gave you what you have. I mean, your class,
Thank you.
your intelligence, your go-get-it attitude, just your name alone, the way she named the background of how she named you and how clever it was to come up with your real name, Paige Turner.
I don't think your parents are clever enough for that.
to be able to do that, to convince your dad, who wasn't on board in the beginning with your name being Paige or whatever, but to basically, kind of stroke his ego a little bit. Hey.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
But she knew how to do that.
Right.
And that shows the intelligence and the finesse and the strength of a woman and a mother and she loved all her kids. I mean, you look at Sharon, the way she looked. If I don't mind sharing this story on her mom's, I met your mom. And I came in and, we was talking and her eyes lit up. Hi, Mike. And she was, smiling and all that. And we hugged and we kissed. And
Mike learned the difference that week in between black households and grieving and white households and grieving.
That's a whole movie. That is a whole movie.
Oh, my God, y'all.
When we talk about, I mean, and I think going through that whole week of your mom going through what she was going through and your family going through what they was going through, there was a lot of comedy. A lot of laughter.
Made no sense.
That just like, I'm like, okay, this would never. And it was, and your mom's white lady and your sisters are white. And so it was like, okay, it's a little bit different. We kind of handle grieving a little bit different.
And I tried to tell you before you came in, now look, you're not going to see what you used to.
Yeah. I never thought I'd see hip hip parade hours after somebody died. But but that's the way people deal with it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I met your mom and I came in, I talked to her and, I was like, loved you and cared about you and wanted to make sure that, hey, she knew that you were going to be all right. And so I say, hey, you know what? She's in good hands. I promise to, be the man that she needs to be.
Till the cat jumped in.
And then your mom's like, I said, no, I'm going to take care of her. She's
hold on. Before you say that part, the cat jumped in.
Oh, the cat. Oh,
My mom's cat was very protective of her. And I am cat adverse and I'm very allergic to cats. And so is Mike. And so there's these two cats roaming around. But this one cat, Zeke, always, as my mom was passing, never left her side, whether he was under the bed, never left her side. And when Mike was leaning over her like this Mike is to me, and he's talking to my mom and pledging his allegiance and love to me, this cat jumps up in between them.
Between the face.
And it was, that's exactly what the cat did. I have pictures and video of it.
And this kind of
listen, Sharavius, we got to insert the picture right there in the video. It's so funny.
Oh my God.
And it's like, I said, okay, I told you, here's start now. Here's the difference between the households. Here we go.
Can I tell you something? I just thought about something. The first time I was with you, Tupac in my
did the
ear.
same thing. That's true.
Dogs,
cats.
Animals, maybe, but I got the approval
you
of
did.
both. Like Tupac loves me now, the cat started loving me.
They bossed up like, listen, these women are protected.
Hey, just letting you know.
We got a cat and a dog team.
So I'm like, okay, well, I got past the cat and I'm very allergic to cats.
Yes, me too.
Stayed in the house. I took my allergy pills and came in and then, so I'm talking to your mom and your mom being the mom that she is, knowing that Sherry, your older sister is, great.
Well off. She fine.
Well off.
Austria. Living her best life.
Living her best life. Always going to have everything. You, very highly successful person, HGTV, and everything that you do. And then she's Daryl, who's been her caregiver for a long time or whatever, your older sister, the older sister. And
even though I take on that role. Well, Sherry does too.
But Daryl's like, Daryl has been her own self, and I love Daryl to death.
Yes.
And so when I was saying I was going to be there to step up and take care, your mom said, okay, I'll do this. I'm going to make sure the family's taken care. She's like,
my mother's on her deathbed. Well, she's about 3 weeks away from dying. She's like,
And then I said, I'll take care of Paige. I'll take care of her daughters. Like,
and Daryl too. Here come her black daughter. No, not Daryl. Just me and the girls.
And the patient. No, he ain't taking care of Daryl. He ain't taking care of. He's not taking care of. I said, Miss Patricia, I got Daryl too.
And I was like, no, he doesn't.
He ain't got it. But anyway, but once again, my point is, even in that moment,
she's looking out for her daughter.
She's looking out for her daughters, man. And that's what's important. And, and if you're a mom out there and vice versa, from what we want to talk about and trying to help people, not only show the appreciation for your mom if she's still alive, But if you're a mom and you haven't been, like I said, I had to learn how to be a good dad, right? I had to learn how to be that. So my plea to women out there who, may have,
have
challenges or whatever, do your part. Do whatever you can to make sure that, your kids understand, hey, I'm doing this out of love. Because sometimes we just don't get it. Sometimes we just don't understand it. Like you said, when my mom said, what she said to me meant so much to me. When she said, nobody gave me a blueprint. Nobody gave me, told me how to do this or whatever. And so I made mistakes along the way. And I always looked inside and I thought she loved my brother more than she loved me. I still think she loved my brother more than she loved me. But anyway, it's another story. But I know the love is there. So even if you're there, there's nothing wrong with sometimes when you're older, swallowing your pride or your ego to ensure that your kids understand where you're coming from and your intentions of where that love should be going.
Right. I've had to do that with my youngest daughter. We had some challenges. And one day I just had a revelation like, listen, I don't know. Listen, I raised you guys like robots. Like all I knew is I had 3 little girls under the age of 3 who had to break some, I don't like saying generational curses, but some generational isms. Because what's interesting is on my father's side, everybody had higher education. On my mother's side, nobody did.
Right.
My mother didn't get her GED till 50, but then she ended up getting her master's at 65, and she got into her doctorate program, and she really would have had her doctorate by 70, maybe. Her eyes got bad, so on and so forth. But all of the women on my mother's side didn't finish high school, didn't go to college, and were all single moms. Even if they, like, my mother was a single mom, started in marriage by death or divorce, but still became single moms. And so from when my little girls were little, you have no choice but to go to school. You go into college straight from high school. You graduated, then go do what you want.
Right.
I don't care what you do. You get your diploma, and you don't have babies early, and this is why. And so that I was just like a coach. And, and I look back, I'm like, gosh, I was like a soldier. I was like, we had fun, don't get me wrong, but they were very disciplined and everything had to go like this, right? And it's probably looking back a lot of my ADD too, but mostly I was a young mom, 23 with 3 kids of 3 little black girls. And we already know what the percentage that's going to end up getting pregnant, go to jail, die, get molested. Like all these percentages were always in my head. So I'm like, none of this is happening to my kids. And so I just had to keep such tight rein. But in that, transitioning into adulthood was rough because now, well, they're adults, but I'm still treating them like children.
So was there anything that your mom did that you said, like, moms aren't perfect, but we grow up sometimes. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, when I'm older, when I'm a dad, I'm going to make sure I do certain things because my dad didn't do this. Yeah. What are the things that you did as a mom that
I went straight like soldier,
because your mom allowed you to
I was too much of a free spirit.
Okay.
Had it been reversed, because my dad passed at 8 and he was the educator and he was the one that went to college. He didn't even have a high school diploma. He went to TSU, Tennessee State, got his master's, and told him that his high school burned down.
Oh, wow.
So he couldn't get a copy.
Your dad was a hustler, man. Okay.
Well, I got some of that in me, too.
Yeah, you do.
So,
we all do.
But had he been alive, it's always just been in my head since he died when I was 8 that I would have gone straight to college. I would have had my law degree. I would have been a sports attorney. Like that was always in my head from junior high school. But once I got in, and I always went to private school, graduated from private school the whole 9. But once I got to private high school, there was like no, I mean, I filled out a few college applications. I got in, like Cal State, Northridge, just some local colleges. But I was like, well, Mom, help, hello. Yeah. She's like, oh, I don't know.
There was no oversight.
None. Like, just go do what you want to do. And I'm like, what does that mean? Just, you'll find your way. What? So I graduated I was 16. I just turned 17 and I had my own apartment. And I was like, okay. I worked at Bank of America. I used to roller skate to work. So there was really no like guidance into adulthood.
You roller skate? I'm sorry. I just got a visual.
I did.
Paige roller skating
to
Bank of America.
I had to roller skate right down Crescent Heights to Pico, turn right, and there was a Bank of America on Pico and Roberts. Pico and Robertson. And that's where I worked.
Oh, wow.
And like paid rent. Like, I don't know how I did that.
But you know what? The good thing about that, even looking back, you can look at some of those so-called trials that you had to go through because it was tougher for you in that sense that has prepared you
Well,
for
the flip
life
is,
now.
yeah, it was tougher looking back, but I'm born and raised in LA. Not everybody went to college. And that
Right.
was back in the day
Mhm.
where college didn't really mean anything. Who you knew meant everything.
Right.
So, like, one of my first jobs, I worked at Spike's Joint West upstairs in the marketing department. And then from there, I transitioned to work for Magic Johnson. So it was who you knew.
Right.
You know, and then I just became an entrepreneur based off of really what I learned at Magic Johnson Enterprises. So I haven't clocked in at a job since 1999. So it worked out.
Right.
But back to your question, when I look back at it, had the roles been reversed, my mother maybe not been in my life, you know, by passing early. My dad, yeah, I would have been a sports attorney.
Yeah.
Now, I could have still been, but I didn't want to go back to school.
Right. It was your path.
Plus, I had kids and everything. So, but my mother, but even in that, I could have found like, oh, Ma, you coulda. But I'm like, for what? She did what she knew how to do.
Mm-hmm.
Period. My mother was having nervous breakdowns. When I look back, she was bipolar. She was a manic depressive. I mean, and this all came after my dad died and from her childhood, from being molested by her dad. I mean, like trauma.
Trauma that you understand now, though.
Now
but you probably didn't understand
at
back
all.
then.
I was
Absolutely,
like, my mama crazy.
Right.
But I was saying it in jest. She may have really been. You know, because back then meds weren't adjusted and all of that. So now how dare I ever say what my mama didn't do?
Mm-hmm.
How dare I ever say she shoulda, woulda, coulda done this for me? How dare I?
Right.
All that shit she was going through just to raise me, a whole little black girl with wild hair that she didn't know. I don't know you're my baby and I love you. We're going to figure this thing out together.
Right.
So how dare I?
And she made it work. Like you said.
She did.
She made it work. And look how you turned out. Look how all your sisters turned out, to be honest with you.
I mean, unless it's short of like serious abuse, you know, physical, mental, emotional.
Right.
I didn't experience any of that.
But that's why I want to also give you props, because I want to go back to like how you were raised is different than you raise your children, because you want to be stringent, right? So I think sometimes it's like there are things that as a kid you didn't understand. Like I remember when I went into the military, and I was a man for the first time, or just being a man on my own. I didn't have a roof over my head. I had to pay bills, had to do all that stuff. I had to become an adult.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, this is hard. What the hell? What did I get into? What did I sign up for? I want to go back home to my mama.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wrote my mom and my stepdad at the time a letter. I was like, hey, thank you, because this is tough out here. I didn't realize it was like this. So everything that you guys did for me, having me another mouth to feed or whatever, I can only imagine how tough it is, because I started seeing things. And, you mature a little bit older when I've been on my own since I was 17, to be honest with you.
Me too.
So have you. So when you look back and I look at that's why I want to give you so many props, man. And it's one of the reasons I tell you all the time, man, I fell in love with you. I found out your story because you, as once again, having 3 young girls by the age of 23, was it 23 years old? 2 of them twins. I can only imagine you were like a little itty bitty, still a little itty bitty thing, but a little itty bitty, more itty bitty thing back then on your own in LA where the rent is high. And then pivoting, we'll talk about pivoting in another podcast, but pivoting and going to another state that you weren't even familiar with so that you could raise your children. And not only raise your children, but put your children through private school or good schools and private schools or whatever. Have them come out and all 3 go to college, great colleges. I'm talking about expensive colleges. And you're still paying their student loans.
Yeah.
There are things I look back on and I see videos of what you used to do to your kids.
Not to them, for them.
For them. Yeah, to them. But I still see Quincy's face like,
I can't do this anymore.
I see Zaire having fun. You know what I mean?
So naughty.
I see Kai just kind of indifferent in between.
She's
all 3
me.
All 3 of your children.
They're little
have,
versions
there's
of me.
this, this, and this.
There is.
There are 3 separate people, even though 2 of them are twins.
Yeah.
And I see how they reacted to it, and they love their mama. You know what I mean? Growing up, you said, like, you provided for them. You bought prom dresses. You made sure they went to school. They had cars. They had transportation. They had a nice home. You did that by yourself without any help. And I don't even get me started on that, because that could be a whole new podcast. I have no respect for men that don't do anything for their children. I shouldn't say that, because I should be respectful. I don't know that man. But anyway.
I don't either.
But you did it. You did that as their mom, as a single mom. And so when I look back, and even if they did not know it or appreciate it at the time, I'm pretty sure they look back. I'm like, man, my mom, I didn't have to pay for college. I went to Notre Dame. I went to Tennessee. I went to Bellarmine. I got a college education. I'm grown. I'm well off. I'm taken care of. And I've never had to want for anything, let alone need for anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What? You know, can you imagine? And when I was growing up, that was my whole thing. I'm like, I'm going to make sure that my children have everything that they need,
Right.
and most of what they want, because you can't have everything, right? And
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna spoil them that way.
Right.
But your children had everything they needed and probably everything they wanted. There's nothing that you look back and say, what did you want that you? And my kids probably too.
Uh-huh.
But they look back and now as an adult, and they probably won't appreciate it fully until they start having children sometimes.
Yeah, that's what my mom said. When they have kids,
When
they
they have-
understand.
But that's the things that you understand. You start understanding like, oh, wow, this is the reason why she was so tough on me, because this happened. Like I said, looking back at my mom,
Right.
this is the reason she was so tough on me. This is the reason, oh, I couldn't be with this guy over here.
Yeah, but I've had one of my kids say to me, in our challenging times, we're not in that time now, but just transparently speaking, when I would bring things up like this, where do you think the love was? If it wasn't this or this, well, see, that's you projecting your experience, but you're not considering my I said, your experience with me? Girl,
Yeah.
first of all, I don't give a damn. I really don't care about your experience with me when you just agreed to, you had everything you needed. But what experience are you talking about? But you know what I had to do? I had to say, okay, I have to honor what your thoughts are.
Right.
What your feelings are. This generation a little bit different.
It
y'all.
is, but our
Dang,
generation,
soldiers.
but the thing
I'll
is,
tell you that, they're real.
But we were the same way though, Paige. Think about this.
I wasn't.
Their generation was a lot different than our generation growing up, right? They probably said the same thing about us that we're saying about our kids, about that generation.
No, because we honored our parents. We might have.
Oh well,
we
no,
might have gone off.
The
We might have
respect
popped off, but the respect is different.
Oh yeah, the respect.
Like I would have never said the things that I've heard even my kids or other kids say to or about their parents ever.
Oh, my mama tried to kill me.
I don't talk to my mama, or my mama said or did. Like what? It doesn't matter. I know. I never got.
You just said what?
Okay,
I
I'm sorry.
almost had a flashback.
But this is the thing. My mother, which is crazy, because at one point I was like, "Ma, you need to spank me." My mother never spanked me.
Shit.
Okay, I know. I never spanked my kids. So it's like, y'all. What? Well, we believe in soft parenting now. What?
Soft. What is soft parenting?
I don't know, because I soft parented.
That's where we should go. Like, what is soft parenting? Like, because
letting them do whatever they want without correction.
There's a such thing as discipline, and we believe in the Bible that the Bible says, "Thou shalt not spare the rod." Now, I'm not going to beat. There's a difference between spanking and beating somebody.
For sure,
right? I kind of got like, I kind of got like, okay,
you're teetering on
I got I think back. I'm like, oh, it's a little bit of abuse right there, but I understand. I get it. You still comfort me after. You came and explained why you beat the shit out of me. You at least explain why you beat the shit out of me, but you beat the shit out of me. But it wasn't to the point where you broke my bones or whelps and things, and I was going to school and I had all this trauma. It was like, hey, it might be tough in here and I might be tough on you, but the shit that's out there in the streets, if I allow you to continue to do the things that you're going to do, it's going to be worse for you out there. So I would rather me kill you or make you feel like you're about to die than allow them streets to kill you. I never did drugs. I never hung with the wrong crowd. I never did any of that type of stuff like that, because the things that at that time I couldn't appreciate with my moms. I used to see my friends being able to go loosey-goosey and run out there. And I look back and I look at where they are right now in jail or dead. And I look at what my life has turned out to be coming from Bessemer, Alabama. And if anybody knows anything about Bessemer, Alabama, to where I've gone, ain't nothing but my mama. Ain't nothing but my mama and Lillian Gillis, my grandma.
Your grandma.
Ain't nobody. So that's why I got to give them love.
I love that. I pray that I have one kid that would go there. I pray that all three of mine one day will have that same love and fervor and understanding and respect.
And they will. And, I think they do now. I see the love that your kids have for you.
Yes.
How the fact that the mama, they call you mama.
They call me mommy.
Mommy, and well, I think Kai calls you mama sometimes. Mama.
Both.
Yeah.
Mommy.
And it's like
Quincy calls me mommy.
And it's like just like they're on you. You know what I mean? And it's like, and after a while, once again, I think once they have children of their own and they're out there a little bit more.
And they're girls.
They're girls.
Mom and daughters have a different relationship sometimes than like sons and mothers. I wanted 3 boys. That's all right. I love my girls. Girls are different,
They
though.
are. They
Girls are
definitely
different.
are.
But
But the soft parenting thing. I think this is a question that we should have out there. Like, how do you parents? How differently do you parent your children than your parents parent you? How they
well, I
raised
had
you?
soft parenting. Or no parenting. I mean, my mom was a free spirit. I don't remember her ever coming to a track meet or a volleyball tournament but nobody's parents did. Like, it was
Well,
okay.
my mom was always working. She didn't have
Yeah,
time.
like my mother
She
wasn't
just
working,
said,
but it wasn't a big deal to me though. But she never spanked me. I never spanked my kids. I had good kids though, so they never had to be spanked.
Oh my! Stop! Can we
But
stop? Because I'm
okay,
like
I'm
having
sorry.
flashbacks.
But
I'm thinking about that wiffle ball bat.
looking
I'm
back, oh
thinking
my
about that
God.
broom.
But looking back, I was a soft parent because
Yeah.
they weren't spanked. I didn't pop them in the mouth, and they would get mouthy. But they would also respond to me if I got strong with them.
Yeah,
So
I mean, but
they would fall in line. But they had everything they wanted. Like I was at every game, I was at every practice. I went everywhere with them.
right.
But I think maybe the soft parenting comes in where our generation wasn't as hard physically when I hear about people getting spanked and stuff.
Yeah. I think their parents is more emotional now.
It is more
Because
emotional.
even
They
in
let their
school,
kids get away with a lot of mouth
because
too.
but even in school, they can't spank
No.
kids in school. When I was growing up,
Mm-mm.
we used to get like paddled
Yeah.
in high school. You
Oh,
can't
wow.
even
No, I never seen
discipline
that.
kids in high school or school anymore now.
No.
I mean, people go to jail and then allow a teacher to even talk back to a kid the wrong way, and then the parent's going to come up there and try and fight the teacher.
I take that back. My mom hit me one time.
Oh, she did?
I was in 8th grade.
You probably deserved it though.
100%.
Yeah.
I was in 8th grade, and my mother had stopped smoking
Mm.
because she had been a smoker my whole life. Almost my whole life. She stopped smoking one year until her mom came to visit, Susan Rosenberg. Oh, she was a handful.
Mm-hmm.
She used to say, "Paigey, don't come inside. You don't want to get too dark."
Oh my gosh.
She did. I know. I grew up
Oh.
with a lot. Okay. I know. She loved me in her
I
own
know.
way.
Yeah.
And so Grandma Rosenberg came to town from Canada, and I guess it drove my mom nuts. So before she put out a cigarette, I was like, "I wish you would stop smoking again because you're acting like such a bee." I did to my mama.
Oh, I'm gonna excuse myself. Oh yeah.
And my mother had, I don't think we had acrylics back then. Her nails were long and natural.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "What'd you say?" And she popped, like she backhanded me.
Mhm.
And it hit right above my eyebrow. But I moved away, but like her nail scratched me. But like cat scratches. So
Right.
like I was a little red.
Mm.
It didn't break the skin, but you could see the blood
Right.
underneath.
So
I had to go to school. I remember this so clearly. I put 3 really dramatic Band-Aids over my eyebrow.
Oh, you didn't put the Donald Trump Band-Aid over your
I
eyebrow.
did.
You did the Donald Trump thing, the big
I
old
did.
cardboard. Oh,
Mhm.
what's that?
And I went to school, and my homeroom teacher said, "What happened?" I said, "My mom hit me. I think you should call the police." Do you know what that lady said? Good for her.
Because they were familiar with Paige Turner in school.
I was so
They
bad.
already knew. They're like, it's about damn time.
I was so bad. So, yeah, that is the time she backhanded me, and I was like, "Good." I remember that. So I just
It's
took the
about
Band-Aids
my
off.
mama forgets about the times that she used to do things to me. I remember one time I said what back to her because I was boxing in the backyard. You box in the backyard with your friends or whatever. And I was boxing. My mom just kept calling my name. And I'm boxing, trying to concentrate.
Michael.
And she kept calling me, and I turned around, and I was looking to see, because she kept calling. And this dude, foul, when I turned around. So I went to a
So
knee.
strong.
Well, yeah, that's how hard he hit me. And I went to a knee, and I turned around because I was mad. I was pissed. And she called my name again as soon as I got hit when I went on a knee. And I said, "What?"
Oh, God.
And she said, "Okay." I remember her coming out the back door, and I guess it's the first thing she could find was a broom. She came outside, and she started wailing on my ass. What me now? What me now? What me? Whip me back inside the house, and the whole summer they called me Broom Man. Yeah.
How old were
Yeah.
you?
I was about 11, 12.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, what me now? I remember
Speaking of parenting, we've been surprising your mom like this whole past weekend.
Yes, we have. We're going to show some behind-the-scenes footage
Yes,
of
we
that
are.
as well.
So I just have to check this real quick
Okay.
because our kids are going, had to go back, right?
Uh-huh.
So we have 2 of them on planes.
Yeah, so we've been surprising my mom. We'll show some of the footage. Paige and I first came in for Mother's Day over the weekend.
Yes.
Surprised her, had no idea we was coming in. Shocked her. The woman almost had a heart attack. You'll see the video of that. my oldest
I'm not
daughter.
laughing because she almost had a heart
Yeah,
attack.
but it
I'm
was
laughing at the way
funny.
she fell
She
back.
fell back. It was
Yes.
like just
Oh,
so
you'll
dramatic.
see it. Oh gosh, it
And
was
then
something else.
my oldest daughter came in and she flew in
Ashley.
around the same time. And she hadn't seen Ashley in a while. So Ashley stood outside for about 5 minutes while we was in there. She was already shocked by that. Doorbell rings. Go open it. Ashley walks in. She starts crying.
Oh, my
Ashley
gosh,
starts
it was
crying, so
beautiful.
emotional. We'll show that as well. And then this morning, well, while we're taping this over the weekend, we're just giving it away. My youngest daughter flew in on a red eye,
Kayla.
and she didn't know Kayla was coming in, so we snuck Kayla in the house while my mom was asleep. And then this morning when we started making breakfast, we snuck Kayla back outside. Kayla came back in, rang the doorbell. Guess who was there? She said, my mom lost it again. And then later tonight, her daughters are coming in.
And my puppy.
And the puppy, and Tupac. And she's never met her daughters except over the phone and whatnot. And Tupac, she loves Tupac. She loves her dog. She just lost her dog not too long ago. So we just want to show appreciation for my mom. And once again,
it really is a present for me because I just could not do this. I need to put my love into Mike's mom, who I call Mama Linda, because I cannot deal. And I want to say thank you for all of your beautiful vulnerability at the beginning of the episode and just really being transparent with your emotions, because I just cannot.
Yeah, I get it.
I almost didn't want to do this segment,
Yeah.
you guys, and I am very disconnected on purpose right now. So thank you for even carrying the whole conversation. I cannot do it.
No, I understand. I understand.
This
It's
weekend is too much.
It's tough. It's tough
And
to
it's
do.
the first one without my mama, and it's like I just want to pour all my love into my girls, our girls, you, and most importantly, your mom.
And I'm so happy that you've been able to do that, and we are here for you for whatever you need.
Thank
because
you.
once again, you're a sensational mom,
Thank
and we know how sensational your mom was. And I'm so happy that my mom has a relationship with you where she's basically like a mom to you in a sense.
And let me tell you something. Your mom.
I think your mom loves me. My mom loves you.
No, she for sure does. I'm just trying to think.
She does. She actually does.
I think she does. I'm just trying to think. If I want to say this, no, it's like it's even before my mom passed, but once my mom passed, your mom just stepped right in and just, didn't miss a beat. Not trying to replace my mom, just being a bridge, so that I have that other mother figure there, to lean on and to talk to and to check on me. And so and I have a gift to put my emotions on the top shelf, which is something my therapist thought she broke through. You didn't do it all the way.
Okay.
I left a little bit. So I know how to like just and be as stoic as possible.
It takes time.
So but I'm so grateful for your mom being there. It's like I have to put my all into her this weekend.
Well, I want to say,
and our girls.
I want to show my appreciation and show how grateful I am to you for actually choreographing the entire weekend, for putting it all together and coming up with the idea to surprise my mom like this and making it probably one of the best Mother's Day she's ever had.
Oh,
the fact that my daughters are here and my brother's kids can all be. It's rare that all 5 of them can be together at the same time. And then plus the bonus of having your daughters come in or whatever. It's going to be just a memorable Mother's Day because you never know, once again, how many of these you have. So, and I want to thank you for showing the strength that you are showing. As we close out the show, it's where I show my appreciation for you. It's my turn to do that. But I want to appreciate you and show the appreciation for your strength. And I know it's tough. I know it's hard for you. I know it's been hard for you. I know that some days are better than others. But you, as the mother that you are, have been able to deal with it and still shine and still be at your very best. And I want to let you know that I'm here for you so that when you want to cry, when you want to yell, you want to scream, you want to reminisce, whatever you need to do, whatever you need me to do at that particular time, whenever you need me to do it, I'll be here for you. Not just on Mother's Day weekend, but forever. Because as I can only imagine, this will be a process that nobody will ever be able to get past. Nobody will ever be able to get past. But once again, I'm here forever.
Thank you.
So as long as you need me forever when it comes to that or anything else, I'm here for you and I love you.
Thank you, honey.
All right? All right, baby. All right. Well, that is another edition of a very emotional edition of the Between Us podcast. Obviously, there's a lot between us. But once again, we want to say thank you to all the mother figures out there, all the moms and
Yes.
all the motherly figures out there that are putting in the work. Even if you don't have a child of your own, don't think that you're not having an impact
Yes.
because you're having an impact. There are so many women that have been in my life who don't have children. I
Yeah.
think about my Aunt Gladys, who's my mom's aunt, who never had children of her own, who was like a mom to me. I'm thinking about other women who have always been there for me. So happy Mother's Day to you,
Yeah.
because even though Mother's Day is past now,
Yep.
we should always show our appreciation for our
All
moms,
the
man.
aunties, all the
And
cousins,
aunties and everybody that's out there.
everybody that just showed up and stood in that mother space to
Yep.
hold space.
Absolutely.
When our mamas decide to close their eyes and leave us, it's just too much.
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot, but our mom's always here. So thank you for being a great mom.
Thank you, honey.
It's once again one of the reasons I fell in love with you, and just continue to be the best that possible version of everything in every title that you can possibly have. Because I say all the time that the best title out of all the titles I've ever had is the title of a dad. So I know being a mom is even more special. That's why y'all get better Mother's Day gifts. That's why y'all get better gifts, because y'all are a little bit more special than we are. We just want to be left alone. Y'all do way more than we do, so we appreciate you. But shout out to the dads. I want the same energy next month though for June for Father's Day. For Father's Day, can we have
Lord, my daddy dead too.
Oh my
So I don't know how we gonna get through that one. My mama dead, I'm an orphan.
My daddy's dead too.
Listen, you got two daddies that are dead. You got two dead daddies. It's too much.
And what's crazy, we'll talk about that, because I've never been able to cry for my dad's dying. I've to this day, and my biological father died 8 years ago. My stepfather, who raised me, died about 14 years ago. To this day, I've not shed a tear. I haven't. So we'll talk about that some other time. Anyway, that is another edition of the Between Us podcast with Mike and Paige. Thank you once again so much for your support. Thank you for your feedback, your DMs.
Yes.
Thank you for subscribing.
Yes.
For those of you who have subscribed, for those friends who have not subscribed yet, obviously you probably can't see this right now, but thanks for being our friends, right?
Oh my God.
I shouldn't have to remind you.
Not us sending out mass text messages like, "What's up, homie? Have you watched the show yet?"
Hello, friend. Have you subscribed to Patreon yet to get on the page and show? Because I think what we have here is very special, Paige.
No, it is. And we have a couple hundred people that tell us, hey, we like your show so much that we're subscribing to it, and we don't even know these people.
We don't even know these people. That's all right. But it's going to be in the thousands. You're going to jump on the bandwagon pretty soon. It's all good.
It's all right.
But we just enjoy the people who are here and the impact that we're having. So once again, I'm Mike Hill.
I'm Paige Turner.
And this is another edition of the Between Us podcast. We will see you again next week.
I forgot. I can't read you. Honey.
Hold on a second.
Okay. What? We're showing our age when you do that.
All that. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Enjoy.
Happy Mommy's Day.
Peace.
God bless you.